Hi everyone. This one is about what we do when we are under a storm and the stormy times, stormy days. Well, wisdom tells us that then it's good that we take shelter. We don't try to go for our trip, we don't try to move in a way. We stay. We find shelter, we stay perhaps cozy even, and we allow the storm to go on until it stops. And then everything is quieter, everything becomes clear, and we may move on. Now, internally speaking, I would say it's like about the same thing. When we are depressed, actually, we have like an instinct to do one portion of this. We stop, we stay, we don't feel like going anywhere. Perhaps we even feel totally lacking motivation, stamina. So we stay. But then, eventually, when we are depressed, we stay, but we stay in a sort of a middle ground. We don't really take shelter inside. We sort of stay with our inner storm, and it's rather painful then. The thing is that we must go deeper. We must go down our own inner well until we find some peace. And we must, in a way, choose not to try to solve anything, to go anywhere, to get out of our suffering, even. We stop struggling, we stay, we find some shelter, some peace, no longer trying to solve it until eventually we are able to contact a deeper layer of our inner being. And then eventually something gets creative, something feels different. There is perhaps even a sort of a sweetness that we find inside. It's not easy getting there, but it's a solution. Like we take shelter inside of ourselves, we find a deep layer where we no longer struggle, we no longer try to go anywhere to solve anything. We stay there, we observe, and eventually something happens. Something moves coming from our deeper being. Some inner wisdom becomes present. And in this inner silence and in this quietness, we may find not really a solution, but something that suits ourselves, some peace of mind, some clarity that will help us then. And almost paradoxically, sometimes to find our way out of deep suffering, of our inner storm, we must just take shelter, stay in our shelter, quit trying to go anywhere, and trust that something will eventually change, something will happen. We'll find something perhaps caring or loving inside. We'll find perhaps even some deep inner joy showing up. And this is precious, and we can find it. If we stop struggling, we observe, we dive deep within, we take shelter. And this is the main idea for this moment. So, as usual, if you like it, comment, share, subscribe the channel, as I usually say, and I'll be back.